you need to open up a relationship with Vince. You need to have a dialogue with Vince for him to know that he can invest in you, because otherwise he doesn't know the person that he's investing in, because the person has to push the character. And it's so key.
It is, man. When we were getting that, we're starting to notice that, and then as this, we're starting to open up too. Just even as humans, like really, they're like, man, I know that Bishop, man, but shoot, man, he bleeds just like we do, man. What we fucking tripping? Let's just go ask him, man. Let's go say what's up to him. Yeah. But that was a while ago. Now, man, now it's like we're getting it now, man. We're having a blast, man. But like tag team wrestling, like, we take that serious as hell,
man. That's all stuff, man.
Yeah, like that's all we got as twin brothers. Almost screwing going. It's either this or it ain't nothing going down. But like the tag division, like when we came in, we noticed it. Like when we grew up watching tag wrestling, man. Like, our fathers, our parents, they did it. All our families almost been in them.
Right.
Any kind of tag wrestling, and it was fun growing up, and that's what we stick by, man. Like tag matches to me are still one of the most funnest matches to watch.
Yeah, they're one of the most intricate matches to watch, man. One of the most hardest matches to put together,
right,
man. Like taking care of everyone.
All the rules are like really detailed. You better tag, and you better use that 5 count, and if not, like we're DQing you, like. Everything. So everything is like, make sure you tag, and like it's so like everything down to the wire. And to me, I like doing that kind of stuff, taking the universe to that trip, man. That little movie at the end, especially on the false finishes, man.
Yeah.
And always picking ways to one up that last false finish. It's like fun as hell, man. And then when you start hearing it come to life, and then you get the offer chance, and you get all that, man, ain't nothing. I used to think we would never be able to sit in the ring and like watch Stone Cold, Undertaker matches and Bret Hart matches, and they'd be saying, "This is awesome." I'd be like, "Man, how cool is it to be laying in the middle of the ring like selling? They're not even moving.
It's best
It's
feeling.
been like a good 2 minutes, and they're still going ape shit out there. Like that's got to be cool, man."
The thing with tag team wrestling too is, like you said, it's more difficult to put together than a singles match, because with singles match, all you got to do is take care of 2 people. Tag, you got to make sure that all 4 come off looking stronger than they did in the beginning. But when it's done right, there's so many more things you can do, as evidenced by your matches with, like everybody, but especially New Day recently, man. Because like I said, you kind of forget that those guys can go. You know it, but because they're so entertaining, and because they have the the ice cream box, and because they have all this stuff, and you kind of lose track of it. And then watching those matches, like, I forgot.
Yeah.
Because they're so damn entertaining.
They got to show that side with us too. They finally got to get a little serious. With your characters, how you were saying, because they're so damn entertaining. Just forget that those guys can actually, whoop some ass. You got Big E over there, Kofi, who's an unbelievable athlete, and Woods, who loves games.
Yeah. Hey, it's hard not to laugh at those guys.
I mean, there's a fine line with that. There's a fine line with that entertainment aspect of it, right? I mean, I know with myself and Edge, when we were doing our thing, especially as heels, we come out and we do some funny stuff, but then we had to figure out how to get the crowd to boo us after that. So it was a fine line to walk and then be taken seriously when you're wrestling, because you don't want to become a comedy act, right? You want to be taken seriously when the bell rings, and especially when titles are on the line and stuff like that. And I think that too, backing up to more of the stuff that Edge was saying before, for me, when he had touched on Harper and Rowan and the series of matches you guys had. I remember there was a pay-per-view in Tampa, and I was doing the pre-show, and I got to sit out in the crowd and watch that match, and I was blown away by how good it was. And I remember coming to the back and saying to you guys, and I don't know if you remember this or not, but I was like, guys, because there was, to me, like, tag team wrestling has always been special. That's because it put us on the map, and we took a lot of pride in doing it and what we did, and kind of rebuilding the tag division. It was really hot for a long time with the Hardys, the Dudleys, X-Pac and Road Dogg, Too Cool, like teams like that, right? So, and it seemed like it had kind of fizzled down a little bit, and it was like almost like you guys are starting to kind of get that same kind of feel that that groundswell that we were starting to get going when we were doing it. And I remember going back there and saying, guys, I haven't seen or anybody care about a tag match like that since Edge and Christian and the Hardys and the Dudleys. And I gave you guys a big hug, and you guys, oh man, thanks. But I mean, I don't know if you guys remember that, but to me, that was like, whoa, okay, tag team wrestling is coming back, and these are the guys to do it.
Yeah, Jay. Sorry, Chris. We remember that, man. Of course, we remember that Battleground.
2014. 2 out of 3 falls, man. 2 out of 3 falls match. 2 out of 3 falls tag match at that. Like with them, I remember putting that together. That was fun, man. And those, and even we know this working. Like the Wyatts were huge, big, scared looking heels.
Yeah,
it's way funner when you got guys that are heels and like straight baby faces. It's so easy, man.
Yeah,
it's so fun. That was like now we're in the realm.
That was like right, Oos, man. That was our favorite match, like hands down, ever. Favorite top match ever, man. That
even this last one with SummerSlam was right under it. Like that Battleground in Tampa, I remember that. That was fun, man.
Well, what's really interesting now is, like I'll say it, you guys kept the flame, you kept the torch for tag team wrestling for a long time, and yeah, there were other teams. Don't get me wrong, and I don't discount any of them, but you guys kept the tag team thing rolling while other teams got split up, and because the office wanted to split them up, whatever. You guys stayed the course, and now you look at the tag team division. And it is stacked. Like, you guys got to be chomping at the bit with all the teams that you can work. I mean,
yeah, man, we ready to run through them.
So we're trying to still adapt to what's going on now. So we're in the middle now of being cheered and being booed. So like we're in the middle. Like it's funny because we've never been in this spot before. So we're out there trying to adapt. Like, we're supposed to be the bad guys right now. How can we make them, how can we make them not like us? Sometimes we find ourselves working uphill in our match. You know what I'm saying? Because we're supposed to be the bad guys. Yet we're being cheered. So in the match, it's like we're doing something cheating and they're like, yeah. But we're in our head, like, man, it ain't helping our match like this. It's like kind of stepping on our baby faces and we're trying to adapt. Like, man, how do we turn them out there? What do we do? Like, it's new problems we're trying to, like, adapt to now, which is funny because we never really had this kind of issue. You know what I mean? Being in a gray area.
Yeah, well, and it's because, like I said, the entrance is cool, the promos are cool. I think the key would be keep the promos the way they are, but direct them at the audience. Mm-hmm. Don't call them stupid, anything like that, because you can find a better way to do it. But if you direct it at them, and then they'll go, okay, damn it, we hate them. They're cool, but we hate them because, man, they're slagging on us. You know what I mean? And that can make a big difference. Even if I think back when Jay and I would do our stuff, we'd always slag on the audience. We'd do it in a funny, entertaining way, but then we'd wrestle like heels to make sure that, we didn't become just funny baby faces, Yeah,
it's a different time now too, right? It's hard to be 100%, pure heel. That's the state of it. But I think that you guys just stay the course and like Adam said, just keep doing what you're doing and with the promos too, right? I mean, lie to tell the people it doesn't necessarily have to be true, but if there's nuggets of truth in the things that you're saying when you're knocking the fans or your opponents or whatever it is, that can go a long way as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, one of the biggest things that I always realize that works for a heel is if they were a baby face and we're starting to get booed as a baby face, use that. Go, wait a minute, hold on, you want to hop on the bandwagon now? Because I was here for you guys, and you guys turned on us, so we don't need you. That to me was always something. When I first turned heel, it was because I got booed in my hometown after coming back from neck surgery. And I was like, whoa, hold on a second. I'm turning heel now. Yeah. So that is what fueled my entire heel run was that one night. I was like, okay, all right, I'm going to give you a reason now.
Yeah, I bet.
But that's the wrestling audience, right? So,
from neck surgery.
Yeah. That's Toronto. So
hey, you must have had 50 tickets there like we do at our hometown. So.
yeah, they were like it's amazing how everybody comes out of the woodwork, right? It's like you don't hear from everybody for a year, and then wait, WWE's coming to town.
Hey, do you mind if I get 30 tickets?
Man, I don't even work there, and I still get it. It's like they're coming to Toronto. Yeah, and man, I'm down in Asheville. I don't know. What do you want me to do?
So let me ask you a question. Obviously, you grew up in the business, and to me, it's always because I always find it fascinating when meeting guys and girls that came up with their parents doing this. It's such a strange kind of existence that we live. What kind of advice did your dad give you? For those that don't know, Rikishi is your father. Like you're talking about, like the lean times when you were kind of a couple of years where you weren't being used and you were sporadically on Superstars, things like that. Was there any did you ever go to him for any type of advice? Because obviously he's seen everything in the business. Really smart guy, great performer, and obviously a Hall of Famer. So what did you seek anything up for him, or was this kind of like, hey, these guys got to learn, or how did that go?
No, man, of course we would always, involve my father. Like, why wouldn't we? My dad been in the game for over 20 years. First thing, stay humble, stay hungry. He would always say that. The best thing that my dad said to us was, in this business, at least you guys have each other. He went up and down the road, alone, or he would travel alone. At least we have each other. All the morning flights out in the morning, all the rental cars, all these long drives, man. At least I get to, we get to do it together, and I'm so glad, outside of work, just as, Joshua and Jonathan, man, like I'm still with my twin brother, they're traveling the world. And in the beginning, it was hard, man. We had children young. We used to install office furniture. That was our shoot job, just trying to, support a family. And then, got serious and just wanted to, we know we could elevate ourselves, have a better living. And then, we tried wrestling, and here's the thing about that. Like, so it gets me hot sometimes. People always like, oh, man, they're only in there just because they're family. Man, let me tell everyone listening to this, man. We come from, the story, man. Look at our family. Look at the heritage, man. We come from some beast in this wrestling game. Like, we're royalty family. And it's hard to try to maintain that stature, man. Try to imagine if we just suck, coming from this family. You just suck. Like, man, we can't. You sure these guys are Samoan?
Wait. You mean be the first Samoan wrestlers that sucked? That doesn't happen. All Samoan wrestlers are good.
Yeah, man. We got to put there in the fun there. Man, though, man, like there's a lot of weight, and I don't even say weight no more because, man, I feel strong, and we're carrying this, man. We're carrying the Fatu on the White family name in the WWE business, man, around the whole wrestling, man. Like, I'm just humble, man, and I'm glad, I'm grateful we have the chance to just the opportunity, man, to go out there every week in front of the world, man, and let them know who we are, man.
Yeah.
And I feel good doing it, but yeah, man, that my dad, and after every pay-per-view, man, my dad watches every match, and I know he does.
But yeah, he won't tell us all the time. He's something about kids. He ain't gonna tell us all the time.
Yeah, and he's still the same Keith though. Okay. Hey.